Howdy, y'all. Cody and Jessica here, and today we're doing something a little different. We have a special guest with us. He's a local builder to Granbury. His name is BJ Oliver, and his company is called Oliver Solutions, All Over Solutions.
Yeah, you got to slow it down.
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue. So welcome,
Yeah.
BJ.
Thank you.
And
Glad to be here.
yeah, so one of the purposes of this was, you and I are both online a lot, and we are on those forums, and we see people asking kind of the same questions over and over again. And we thought it would be fun just to get together and kind of discuss some of the most common questions and help people out, maybe point people to this video, put like the designer and a builder together, and how those two can collaborate together. And then just basically, we're just going to have a little conversation here and answer some common questions. So. Okay.
Let's get started.
Love it. Let's
All right.
go.
So let's open up with a pretty common thing. A lot of families, like when they're building their first home, they kind of don't know where to start. And sometimes people come and they haven't figured stuff out. So what do you think people should have figured out, like as a family, before they come to a builder?
Okay, so Cody, I'm not going to have the perfect answer for any of these, but here's when I hear that question, what I think is, number one, don't figure out everything on Pinterest. Like, don't start there. Like, you need to know what your family dynamic is. That's big for me. Like, what are the ages of your kids? Are they going to move out in 6 months and you're trying to build a 5-bedroom house, or are they young? What, like nursery? Like, you got to think through lifestyle, what's going on right now. But I wouldn't go sell yourself on like, I love this plan if you don't even have the land. So no plan if you don't have land. So kind of start with, what is your lifestyle? What is your budget? At least an idea of what I want to spend. Maybe a lot of times we even recommend when somebody's first approaching us, they're looking to build new, is go ahead and get a pre-qualification from a local bank. A lot of times when you're building new construction, you have to have a construction loan. And it seems like local banks work the best with those type of systems rather than a national bank. It's a lot more process to get through, and then getting the builders approved, all that. So try to stay with the local bank. But then you need to know, and y'all can kind of dive into this, but the land and the plans, when does that, maybe I should throw it back to y'all. What do you feel like is the best time to get plans? Best time to buy the lot or the land out in the country? What does that look like for
She
you?
has lots of good opinions on this one.
So definitely before you ever even think about a plan, picking out a plan, you need to have your land, because we can always adapt a plan to fit your land, but it's much harder to adapt land.
Impossible.
Yeah, to fit the house, to fit a floor plan. So for sure, always land first. Like if you're going to have close neighbors, you may not want windows facing to the sides.
Yeah.
If you have a beautiful view in the back, we can make beautiful windows to take advantage of that view. And then if you have a narrow lot, then you can't fit a wide house on a narrow lot. So these are things that your lot is definitely going to determine what you can do with your plan.
Yeah, and to me, I think a lot of the like the farmhouse trend and those designs, a lot of them are wider homes, but then a lot of people buy a lot that's maybe 50 foot wide, and so you already paid maybe thousands of dollars on this plan, and now you have this lot and you wasted money. So
Right.
I think those are great points.
Yeah, and I also like to echo the point that you had about using local banks, if possible, because you go to church with these people, they're in your community, you know them, and so if you reach out to them, there's a more personable relation. You're just not a social security number to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they tend to be a little more flexible if conventional means are not the best path. I mean, you have to shop around for your rates and stuff, but I would say just leverage those local bankers to be able to help you at least navigate the whole space, because construction loans are a whole different beast altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And I think, speaking of construction loans, when clients come to me, I try to ask them, how many square foot are we looking at for your floor plan? And a lot of them, they don't know what they can afford. And I know that when they're dealing with builders, the builder doesn't want to give them a cost per square foot without plans. And so they're stuck in this like loop of chicken and egg problem. And so how can we help the home buyer figure out how much they can afford?
Right.
and so that they know at least they're in the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, this is the big one, right? Because we see this on the forums quite a bit. Like, how much does it cost to build? And it's like that is just it's the
it's
wrong
tough.
question, or it's a bad way to ask the question.
And I like how Steve worded it. You're like caught in this like, what do I like? How do I know what I would do?
Chicken and egg for sure, right?
I have okay, so speaking locally, this may look different across the nation, but speaking locally, we do it a little different. Where and this is just for me, and then I'll move on. But we start with what is your budget, and then we don't have a plan. Which yes, that's where we get a solid budget, but we want to give them an idea. So when we're just talking initially, we give them an idea what this example house would cost. That way they have something to wrap their mind around. That's one way, but every builder doesn't do it that way. A lot of builders, and we used to do this too, they would come to us and like, where's your plan? We cannot bid it till you have a plan. So we started seeing that struggle. So we made that shift. It's rough. If people can understand that, we're just giving you a rough idea so you're not shooting in complete dark.
Right.
That's how we do it. A lot of builders still don't do it that way. Another way, because you do need, and I'll reiterate this, you need a plan. Like you can't just say, how much does this house cost? And you have no plan. It's like, I want to buy this car. What car? Does it have leather seats? Is it a
4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder?
Yes. What? All the things. So you can use that comparison. It 100% jives together. The other thing I would use when creating a budget to then talk square footage is look locally. Don't look across the nation. A lot of these groups on social media, they're nationwide, so you're getting answers all over the board. So look locally, maybe even get on some of the realtor websites locally and just see what a new home costs in your area. There's some things to that though. So when you're looking at those, a lot of them are like tract homes built over and over and over again by a production builder, and they're going to have a good looking number most of the time because they're stamping that same one over and over again.
Right.
Where when you're coming to like teams like us, it's very much more custom. You're building it to what your lifestyle is. So that gives you an idea. So start in your area, look at some realtor websites, see what newer homes are going for. Consider, is this a production home or is this a more custom home? And then also you have to know that house is now ready to sell. They started a year ago. Cost can change over 12 months. So like keep that in the back of your mind as well. But at the end of the day, yes, you got to have plans to have a solid budget before you jump in with a builder, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's actually a really good point that people may get confused about in that. So the production builders, the D.R. Hortons of the world or whatever, right? They're building the same like 10 house plans, right? So like you said, they just can go crank through it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you buy a stock plan online, and you take it to a builder, in the builder's mind, it's still a custom home because they've never built that thing before, and you haven't framed it 50 times or 100 times, right? And so even though like somebody might have that exact same house plan on the other side of the country, it's still the plan was stock, but like it's still a custom home. I would think from your perspective.
Absolutely. Yeah, the selections, a lot of those stock plans. If I could urge the people watching now, like, don't buy on those websites, and maybe I shouldn't say that, but because a lot of times they're designed in the north and they may have a basement design and they use more of a stone cladding rather than real stone like we would use here in Texas. So again, I would push people more towards the old barn company to do more of a custom plan for where you are.
Let's talk about like the things that like maybe low, middle, and high end. So like for instance, a slab is going to be a lot less expensive than a basement. And quartzite countertops are obviously going to be more expensive than Formica countertops. These are things that can sort of drive your price up. And so if you have a 5-car garage versus a 2-car garage, obviously that's going to be more. That's more foundation. That's more roof. What are some things like that you can sort of like give people an idea of these are the things that are going to drive your cost up?
You answered a few right there. Like so the selections. Another one, like think about the big number. So to me, the flooring, like you're talking about the whole square footage, And if you can get and I'm giving range, it depends on your lifestyle. So whatever that flooring is can change it by literally $10 a square foot. And if you're talking about a 3,000 square foot house, there you go. That's 30,000. Is that, I can't do quick math. $30,000 in one thing out of
material.
a 100 line item list. One thing, $30,000.
Right.
And that's the same thing with the basement. So like that one line item, if we're doing a basement here in Texas, you're tens of thousands of dollars more on, again, one thing.
Right.
Another thing is, as you're looking at land, the slope of the land, the more slope you have, the more dirt work you're going to have. That's another one that could go from, if you had a flat piece of land, and again, these are North Texas numbers, but say it's a $10,000 dirt work job, one thing could go to $100,000.
Right.
Like
Absolutely. It's very common for people, depending on your land, to drop $100,000 or more just to prep for the house. And
yes, you haven't even started.
Right. So again, it goes back to reiterating, get the land first before the plans, because the house that you thought you could afford may shrink tremendously if you have to do $100,000, $200,000 worth of dirt work and retaining walls and all that stuff just to get it ready for you to put the house on.
Can we dive into that a little bit more? I'm kind of going off track here, but can we talk about the land?
Yeah, sure.
Like as people are looking for land, we just talked about how like the flatter, the less cost. But what are some other things as far as like when you're looking to so flatter's one. So water tables, you don't want to build in a swamp. You don't want to build in a flood area, flood prone area.
Bank will give you a loan for that.
Another one is if it's known to have a lot of rock in it, and you can. These are things that you can do, and there's always solutions. But just know these are all things that cost more money than that flat line number that doesn't work. But if there's a lot of rock, now you have to bust up rock for your septic systems, or even if it's like a foot or two deep, now you're busting up to get electrical in, water in, all those things that would cost more.
Right.
Where's your house going to be located on that land? Because your driveway, if it's 500 foot long, that's going to cost way more than something that's right off of a city street.
Right, $150,000 in flat work is going to blow your mind.
There you go. That's right.
How can people find you?
All Over Solutions, not Oliver, but alloversolutions.com. And then we're on social media platforms too, usually / All Over Solutions.
Right. And you can find us at oldbarncompany.com. You can find her at
the.old.barn on Instagram, and then
we're also on Facebook and TikTok. And our YouTube channel, where you can go see videos like this, and then we have a bunch of tours of homes for clients
that have been built based on our floor plans.
And we also dabble in the DIY and just home decor and lifestyle stuff too. So make sure you go check it out.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Love it.